Hello students, welcome back to your first online class after your half-yearly exam. Today we will begin our class by continuing on our first semester textbook on chapter 6 on the topic food and nutrition. On this chapter we will be learning what are the things needed for our body to maintain our body healthy and fit. We will also be learning what things makes us fat and unhealthy. Before we start our chapter, I want you all to pay attention on the red colored words with serial numbers for your spellings. It will start from 1. Nutrients, 2. Proteins, 3. Carbohydrates, and so on till serial number 20. It will be recaps. Now let's start reading together. Food gives us energy and helps us to grow. Nutrients, essential substances present in food and required for normal growth, maintenance, and repair of our body are called nutrients. The major nutrients needed to maintain our health are proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Proteins. Proteins help in the growth of our body. They also help the body to fight against infections and to repair damaged tissues. Therefore, food that contains proteins is called body-building food. The sources of body-building food or proteins are pulses, peas, beans, dry nuts, and soybeans. In animal products, these meat, cheese, fish, eggs, and milk contains lots of proteins. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy for our activities. Therefore, food that contains carbohydrates is called energy-giving food. The sources of carbohydrates or energy-giving food are rice, wheat, potatoes, bread, milk, and sugar. Carbohydrates are present in all kinds of sugar and starch. Fats. Fats provide heat and energy to the body. Fats help our bodies to store energy and release it when needed. Therefore, food that contains fats is also energy-giving food. People living in cold countries need more fat to keep their bodies warm. The sources of fats or energy-giving foods which make us our body fat are oil, butter, ghee, milk, cheese, meat, and egg yolk. It is harmful to take too much of fatty foods such as butter and ghee as they make us put on excess weight in an unhealthy manner. So eating excessive amount of these things will make our body unhealthy and fat. Vitamins. Vitamins are nutrients required by the body in small quantities to maintain normal health. They protect us from diseases and help in keeping the body healthy. Therefore, food that contains vitamins is called protective food. Lack of vitamins in children results in poor growth. So, if you want to grow properly, you have to eat lots of vitamins. There are different types of vitamins such as A, B, C, D, E, and K. The following table lists the sources of some important vitamins. So if you see the picture in here, you will see lots of fruits. So eating lots of fruits is one of the sources of vitamins. And here are the list of the vitamins. Vitamin A: carrots, pumpkins, apricots, maize, eggs, mangoes, papayas. And sources of vitamin B are whole grains, yeast, spinach, soybeans, egg yolk, and groundnuts. And the sources of vitamin C are citrus fruits, cauliflowers, pineapple, and strawberries. Sources of vitamin D are sunlight, egg yolk, fish oil, liver, and milk. And sources of vitamin E are green leafy vegetables, soybeans, sunflower seeds, almonds, and milk. And sources of vitamin K are green leafy vegetables, soybean oil, and olive oil. So now you know what things you will need if you lack in any of the vitamins in your body. Minerals. Like vitamins, minerals are also substances that are required by the body in very small quantities for healthy growth and maintenance. Minerals protect our body from diseases. Food that contains mineral is also called protective food. Some of the important minerals are potassium, calcium, iodine, sodium, iron, and magnesium. Calcium and phosphorus make bones and teeth strong. Iron helps in the formation of blood in our body. And the sources of minerals are green leafy vegetables, egg, milk, fruits, vegetables, and salt. In addition to nutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals, our body needs adequate amounts of water and raw gauge in the diet. Now fill up all the exercise answers in the blank given. Question number 1 answer is proteins, 2 is fats, 3 is protective food, and 4 is bones and teeth. Water forms about 65% of the human body. It is an important part of blood. The daily requirement of water is about 2 to 3 liters. The fibrous parts of grains, fruits, and vegetables constitute raw gauge. Drinking plenty of water during the day and including sufficient quantity of raw gauge in our diet helps to improve digestion. Balanced diet. A diet that contains all the necessary nutrients, water, and raw gauge in the correct proportion is called a balanced diet. Everyone needs a balanced diet. However, certain people may require larger portions of a specific food item. For example, a person recovering from a long sickness may need more proteins to repair the damage caused by his or her illness. A person suffering from anemia, which means a deficiency of red blood cells, needs food rich in iron. Malnutrition and deficiency diseases. Malnutrition refers to a poor condition of health caused by the lack of one or more of the required nutrients in the diet. An insufficient intake of vitamins, minerals, and proteins can lead to malnutrition. So when we talk about malnutrition, it means a person who do not have a sufficient intake of vitamins, minerals, proteins, and foods. So a malnutrition patient or person will generally be very thin. In the picture given is a child suffering from a malnutrition diseases. Kwashiorkor and marasmus are two diseases that result from malnutrition. They are caused by inadequate proteins in the diet. Malnutrition is commonly observed in children in poor and developing countries where people cannot afford a balanced diet. Lack of specific nutrients in the diet leads to deficiency diseases. A deficiency disease is a disease caused by inadequate intake of essential nutrients such as vitamins and minerals. The causes and symptoms of some deficiency diseases are given in the following table. In the picture given are a table of three columns. The first column is the nutrients which they needed, and the second column is the name of the deficiency diseases, and in the third columns are the symptoms of the given deficiency diseases. So let's look at the first point. The first point is a kwashiorkor and marasmus deficiency diseases. For a person suffering from these diseases, they have symptoms of stunted growth, swollen stomachs and ankles, and physical weakness. And they need proteins for their body. In the second picture given is a person suffering from a goitre deficiency diseases. This person lacks the intake of iodine in her body, and the symptoms that she suffers is swelling in the front and sides of the neck, which is an abnormal enlargement of thyroid glands. The third deficiency diseases is night blindness. The symptoms of night blindness is the inability to see properly at night or in poor light. And night blindness is caused due to the deficiency or the lack of vitamin A. And the fourth deficiency disease is a beriberi disease. It is due to the lack of vitamin B in our body. The symptoms are numbness in the arms and legs and swelling in the hands and feet. In the fifth column given is scurvy deficiency diseases due to the lack of vitamin C. The symptoms are swollen in the bleeding gums and reduced appetite and weak joints. In the last column given is rickets due to the lack of vitamin D in our body. The symptoms are inability of the legs to support the weight of the body and bent legs, or we call it bow legs. So now you know what nutrients you are supposed to take if you ever saw signs or symptoms of the given deficiencies. Now your assignment is to find out all the 20 given spellings till scurvy and rickets, and to fill up all the necessary blanks from your exercise textbook, and also to copy down the questions and answer in your science notebook.